was, wasn't in a good state of mind when he ended up creating the world. I figured I would, bring up his noodliness and, talk a little bit about the flying spaghetti monster, see if I couldn't get old Bubba Kush over there to become Pastafarian.
Well,
a little bit of
is that something you really believe in, or is it something you just say? Because if you believe it with if you believe in it with your whole heart, I'm not going to judge you. If you believe in Pastafarianism and the spaghetti monster, I don't have any judgment against you. But if you have a logical argument against it, I'm willing to listen.
No, I am a Pastafarian, true and true. Like I said, my goal as a Pastafarian is to convert others into the belief of Pastafarianism. That's why I was, it's a hand of freedom, it's a hand of friendship. So I figured I would ask Bubba Kush what he felt about the Pastafarian religion, and maybe we could become a little bit Pastafarian.
To me, it seems like you guys aren't being truthful enough.
Are you do you need to go to the read our wiki and
Who said that you didn't feel you being truthful? Who was that? I didn't see.
Well, actually, I would not become a Pastafarian because I'm not really religious, but I do believe in God, and I just don't consider put myself in a category to any one religious.
That's really fun to hear. I just want to make sure that you're absolutely fucking retarded.
See, there you
Okay, well, where does... I want to hear, where does absolutely fucking retarded apply to any of this? Honestly, please tell me. Oh, did he log off?
He seems to be
still here.
Well, I'll wait. I would like to know where absolutely freaking retarded applies to the situation. I really would like to.
Yeah, see, I just don't fit myself into one category of it. I open all my beliefs to everybody's religiousness and everything, so I don't see how I'm retarded.
And I don't believe you're retarded. But, Seldra, hey! Was it you that was saying that Bubba Kush is retarded for his beliefs? What was it that you were saying?
Oh, no. No. I think that I just can't comprehend anyone that believes that there is a God but not a intelligent. So I do disagree with Bubba Kush.
Say that again? You don't believe in a God but not an intelligent what?
Anyone that believes that there's a God but not a specific intelligent creator. There has to be an intelligent creator because we're intelligent beings. It's a pretty simple.
Then tell me how you can believe in God and not an intelligent creator is what I would like to know.
He said that I believe in God. That means that he believes that God created all of us, etc., etc. And it means that, subversely, he's saying that he believes in the Catholic doctrine, which would have you believe that God is not so much a creator as an originator. He didn't create the world. He, molded people in his image, which means that there's somebody that intelligently created himself and brings about Luke's paradox, which, is something you probably. No.
Agreeably so, but who said that, Seldra? Who said that they believe that?
He said he believed.
Bubba, do you believe in that?
I never said that. I believe in God. I believe in all religions. I don't put myself in one specific category is what I said. And I never said I didn't believe in one specific intelligence that made us intelligent.
I'm a devout Pastafarian, so,
I believe in all religions.
Okay, well, Seldra, does your Pastafarian religion believe in the respect of other people's belief or no?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, how do you feel that I believe... Okay, go ahead.
Like every other religion out there, the Pastafarian doctrine says that it is my duty as a Pastafarian to, point out where other people are wrong, to point out, that it's not possible for, you to have a God, but, it's not possible for you to have a God but not an intelligent creator because God had to be created by something. So, the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster answers that by saying, the Flying Spaghetti Monster is the beginning of everything. It created everything. his great noodly.
Okay, so you believe the spaghetti monster is the epitome of everything, the origination of everything. Yes?
Yes, that is.
How do you feel if I believe that Jesus Christ in the formation of God is the creation of everything? May not be called the flying spaghetti monster, but that's what I choose to call him. What do you feel?
I don't think his noodliness would ever take on any other form besides, his greatness. Um, I believe, like I said, that his noodly appendage came and, it formed our world so many years ago, and that we were intelligently created, etc. I don't think that leaves very much room for the elder doctrine of the prophets and Christianity, Judaism, is anything like that. It just doesn't leave any room for that. You're either, you can't be a moderate Pastafarian, is what I'm trying to get at. It's in our doctrine that, Pastafarianism is, in fact, the only and the supreme.
So you believe a giant pile of pasta is the ultimate supreme being, the ultimate form of the supreme being? Yes or no?
Are you attempting to insult his
No, I am not intending to insult you. I'm asking you what you believe.
Yes, I do believe his noodliness is the supreme. I mean, I wouldn't call him a pile. I mean, he's more of a floating animated.
Try saying that without laughing.
I'm honestly, I'm not trying to make fun of you at all. I'm asking you what you honestly believe about Pastafarianism, about the flying spaghetti monster, about God incarnate, about being in the form of pasta. I'm asking you what you really, really believe. I'm not making fun of you at all.
I fully believe that the flying spaghetti monster is the epitome of everything. He created. He is and always will be the creator, the originator, the intelligent designer of our.
Okay, if you really truly believe that, what gives him his authority to being the primordial being, the ultimate everything of this universe as a piece of pasta? Something very fragile and very delicate. What is it that gives him his priority over everything? I really want to know. I'm not making fun of you at all.
The flying spaghetti monster, the reason that Pastafarians, choose to believe that, the reason that we think that he has the right, the ordain, is because as the creator, as the master of the universe, everything just belongs to him. If he can create it, he can of course end it. It's, within the power of his noodle. He can reach his noodly appendage into our lives, simply destroy everything or make everything right.
Agreed. So what makes him different than the God of Christ, the God of Judaism, the God of Buddhism? What makes him so different than everything else is what I'd like to know.
Okay, well, before I go on, have you ever actually read your Bible, like from front?
Yes, sir, I can say that I have.
Okay, well, my God is.
And I have not only read my own, but several others. So I can't say that I have read only my own Christian Bible, but I've read several others. So I'm not the only.
Where I'm coming from here is that the flying spaghetti monster and Pastafarian in general, in our doctrine, it does not discriminate against homosexuals. It does not discriminate against gays. It doesn't. Oh, I said that, didn't I? It does not discriminate against men or women. It does not discriminate against slaves. It doesn't condone slavery. It it doesn't put prices on arbitrary.
So are you better than any other religion because you don't discriminate?
No, I'm saying that I believe that the Pastafarian religion is the supreme religion because it doesn't have these mortal, things that would give me doubt if I were to be with these things. It doesn't, try and account into the differences in mortality. It just, it doesn't even have a basic code to live by. I mean, it does, obviously, what is right and what is wrong. But
well, what is the code to live by is what I'd like to know. What is the ultimate rule of the Pastafarian religion?
Pastafarians have a moral code: do not hurt other people. We really only have around 10 commandments, as opposed to the Bible, which has something along the lines of 68, or the Quran, which has even.
How does that make you different than Wiccanism?
I'm going to be honest here. I'm not very familiar with or being a Wiccan.
Because honestly, I think I would rather side with the Wiccans than I would with Pastafarianism.
What is what do you perceive that Wiccans have that would make it more, you know,
Well, the
better
Wiccans
choice?
have a deity to believe in. The Wiccans have a source of nature, the source of authority to believe in. Pastafarianism, what do you have to believe in as your ultimate authority? I mean, I'm not trying to demean you in any way. I just want to know what you believe.
I believe, like I've already explained this to you, that I believe that his noodly appendage is the ultimate source of power. It has the infinite power to do and create and destroy anything that it would decide that it wants to. It can.
Okay. Well, where did he get that noodly power?
See, that is you're approaching another paradox, and I honestly can't answer that. I would assume that he always has been and always. He's never ever stated there's anything but him. He has said that there are other monsters out there, but nothing quite as fierce as the flying sphere. Obviously, otherwise they would have created their worlds, and they rule their world how they please. But the flying spaghetti monster, I mean, you're asking me to upon the existence of the flying spaghetti monster, and all I can say is that if there is something that created him, or if there's something above him, it's so advanced that my mortal mind can accept it. So I will just continue to go with the belief in Pastafarianism.
Okay, and I accept that. But how do you feel about people who represent the belief in Jesus Christ, or the belief in Muhammad, or the belief in Buddha? How do you distinguish? Let me finish. How do you distinguish your beliefs from theirs? Is what I would really, really like to know.
See, the Pastafarian religion is a true. There is no off branches. There is no, there's no evangelist Pastafarians. There's no, zealotic Pastafarians. There's nothing like that. There's one branch of the Pastafarian. There's one true. The way that I feel as a Pastafarian is it's my job to show all of these other religions that there are over, just of the Catholic base religion, the belief in Jesus Christ, there are over 118 different variations of it, all with their own doctrine.
Okay, well, I don't believe in Catholic Catholicism or anything like that. What do you have to say about to me?
I don't know what you believe.
What do you believe about the idea of Jesus Christ coming and saving society and saving for people with his life? What do you believe about that?
I don't believe such a character ever exists. I believe it was a tool used to control others, unlike Pastafarianism, which is just a way to a set of morals, which is there to guide you. I feel that the book of the Jesus Christ is too restrictive. It seems like it's too much written like someone looking for power, whereas the Pastafarian religion is written by someone that is just looking to help you live your life.
Okay, well, how does Pastafarianism help you with your life? What does it do for you?
It gives me a code of things that I can and can't do, and the code's not restricted to the point where I don't ever not enjoy my life. It's not restricted to the point where I ever have to worry about it. And if I happen to break one of those rules, Pastafarianism has never, ever, ever had anything like the Crusades or any of the other things that any of their other religions had. We are not a wartime religion. We believe in arguing. We believe in that's why I came here in the first place, was to argue with that guy, to try and attempt to show him the error of his ways through the word.
Okay. If you agree in arguing, then argue with me. I'm conversating with you about what you believe and then what I believe, and to just say that it's just something out there, just something you believe. I want to hear your grounds. I really do. I will listen to your scientific backgrounds, your faith backgrounds, whatever it is. I will listen, and I will not judge you upon that.
Okay, well, like I said, the concept of Pastafarianism is fairly simple. The ground is that we, as a human being, are obviously, created with intelligence. We have, you know, we have an intelligence about us that can only be made by something that with an intelligent creator. It's the same concept that says, if I look at a building, I know that it had an intelligent creator because it's intelligently designed. It had an architect.
Okay. I accept that.
So I believe.
What's so different than Christianity, Catholicism, anything like that? Any other religion? Go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but since you guys are, what are you guys again?
We're talking about the differences between Christianity and Pastafarianism.
Isn't Pastafarianism, aren't you guys considered atheists?
No.
I would agree with Seldra. No, because they have a person they believe in.
We're a monotheistic.
Well, what I read about Pastafarians is they kind of go into the category of an atheist because they don't believe in God. They believe in a flying spaghetti monster.
I would caution you to heading towards that direction, Bubba, because just because monotheism doesn't mean necessarily believing in God, the Christian God, or the Catholic God, or the Buddhist God. Monotheism believes in one deity, whereas monotheism or polytheism believes in multiple deities. So I would caution against.
I was just wondering, because that's what I've heard, is that they go into the category of atheists. That's what I was just trying to clear up. I'm not.
Okay, well, I'm here to answer any questions you have about the Pastafarian faith, because that's why we're having this conversation. I'm more than glad to help you out with anything.
Well, I mean, like, I actually have some questions, but like, what? Hold on.
And I'm not trying to distinguish against Pastafarianism. I'm just trying to talk to Saldra about the differences between my beliefs and his beliefs. So I'm not trying to distinguish monotheism and polytheism, anything like that.
Anyway, back to your last question. I believe I was left off saying about the part I don't. The Pastafarian faith has only ever had one documented, interaction in the course of history, and that is, having the original Pastafarians being branded as, slave drivers and dirty, every negative stigma you've ever heard about a pirate was attributed to that by a rival religion, and we don't have a place in history like the Catholicists, etc. We're just now, the movement for Pastafarianism has really sprung up again. I'm really happy.
So how new is Pastafarianism, the belief in the spaghetti monster and all that?
Pastafarianism has been around for honestly longer now. The 16th century is when the first Pastafarians were supposedly existing. Again, there's no actual proof of this. We have to believe these were the original Pastafarians, and they were branded as, by the ruling religion at the time, which just happened to be Catholicism. No offense to Catholicism in general, but the Pastafarian movement really picked up speed recently, since about 2000. But again, we have a historical setting, a historical. We're not at all like the modern day, like Somalian pirates or anything like that. No, we're the pirates of the pirates.
So what makes different?
What makes us different? Okay, anyway, the reason that I feel that I can more easily be a Pastafarian versus a Catholic or anything else is that we're not as gullible, to be completely honest, because we can fully, we don't have to pick and choose what parts of our belief system we want, because all of our belief system, it's straight up, it's frank, it's not as controlling as the say the Catholic Bible is not as demanding as say as Islam is. We have a simple goal, and that is that we need to argue and intelligently discuss our problems and try and bring about a new age of intelligence where people are Pastafarians, obviously. But what's most important about the Pastafarian doctrine is to make sure that whenever we have an argument with someone, we don't believe in their religion or whatnot, we don't go and tell them, your religion's wrong. We try and reason with them.
Okay, well, is the sense of reasoning trying to prove that they're wrong, or a sense of reasoning trying to prove that you both can be right?
The sense of reasoning is trying to prove that we make more.
Say that again.
We try and believe that we try and make others understand our point of view. Where they take that is completely up. If they decide that they think that Pastafarianism is a more logical or a better way to go, we are more than happy to accept them to the Church of the Gospel of the Flying Spur. However, if they decide that they don't, they don't take us seriously, or they're extremely gullible to their whatever religion they happen to be in, it's 100% up to them. We don't force ourselves upon them, but we do try and open the door. We do believe that we're the superiors. I won't.
Is it that you feel is your sense of worship or your sense of responsibility to the flying spaghetti monster? What is it that you owe him or her?
I need to owe him much, actually. He's my creator. I celebrate him, every year during Pastover and Ramen. During Pastover.
What days of the
Pastover happens. I actually don't know off the top of my head. I have, my church does that, the invites for that week. But Pastover is, we have a ritual that we do called the passing of the eye patch. Basically, what we believe is that the eye patch became attributed to pirates, not because they lost their eye in something, because that is the place where the original Pastafarians were touched by his newliness. So what we do on Pastover is that we pass out around an eye patch and try and remember where we came from, where our roots are. The original, we try and try and be closer to the original, the original Pastafarian.
Okay. Well, what is your idea of salvation? How do you end up in heaven or the Pastafarian version of heaven?
Basically, there is a Pastafarian version of heaven. It it is a pretty extravagant place. It has everything you could ever want, and we believe that it exists someplace after death. But one of the things we really do believe about it is the amount of time you spend there is directly equivalent to how you led your life. And we don't do it the way most religions do. We don't force you to have. You're not judged by what you've done. You're judged by how you make other people feel. That's why it was really important for me to come over to this ventrilo and explain why. I didn't want him to leave angry at me, because I believe that when I die, I'm going to be judged by how much anger and happiness and hatred and all those emotions combined, and how much of each is I end up. If I cause an exceptional amount of joy in my life, I believe that I will end up going to a heaven. The more joy I cause, the longer I stay there. After your stays there, you become reborn according to the Pastafarian religion, and those who achieve so much that they can have their essence of joy and other essence of whatever. They can have their actual, I don't know, their soul, I guess is what you'd call it. I guess you can have that split, so you can be reborn twice, and that's how Pastafarians explain the religion, or sorry, that's how Pastafarians explain the population. And alternatively, if I'm evil to people, if I'm, say, one of these, stockbrokers on Wall Street that just lives to screw people and such, and at the end of my life I've caused, hundreds of families to not have a home or something like that, I'm going to go to a bizarro, I guess, version of heaven, where everything I want is cursed, everything I do is painful, what I typically enjoy is not good, and it works alternatively. If I'm not been very bad, I don't have to stay there very long before I have another chance at life, but if I've been really bad, then I have to endure it for a very long period of time, and it's people like Hitler and Stalin, they have to endure it, 7 times over, but then they get reborn 7 times over. That way they have the chance to redeem themselves.
Okay, so what's the difference between Pastafarianism and other religions? You've kind of failed to explain that to me. What's the redeeming factor? What's the belief system? What is it that you hold on to that other beliefs can't hold on to?
Like I said, in the Bible, your Bible, and the Quran, and all, there are restrictions. There are things that you can't do. There are things that that are there to infringe against.
That are there to what?
I do apologize. I apologize there. Vice is whispering me. Anyway, we believe that those religions are wrong because of those restrictions. That are wrong because they can make you feel the way that they do. You, as a Pastafarian, you should never feel that your religion is stopping you from doing something that you want to do. You should never feel that, as long as you're not going to hurt someone, there's nothing wrong with anything that you do. Whereas, say in Christianity, you're not supposed to commit adultery. On Pastafarianism, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as both parties are consenting, that's not a big deal. It's a much more lax style of, much more lax.
Okay, I got a serious question about Pastafarianism. Like, do you guys think that the global temperature is, like, increasing because there's less pirates on the Earth?
Yeah, but you're not pirates in the way that you're thinking of it. The Pastafarian versions of priests or pastors or fathers, as your case may be, are pirates.
No, I know. I'm just trying to sum it up.
Yes, we do believe that the temperature of the Earth is being affected by his noodliness, because of the lack of Pastafarians. That's why we believe. That's why this religion's been around for a very long time. We believe that recently the like.
How long has Pastafarianism been around? I'd like to know.
I answered that earlier. We originated. The earliest recorded, that time that a Pastafarian has been religion or has been
Hello?
Recorded. Are you there? Excuse me. Can you hear me? Okay, she must have. Anyway, can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Tell me how long Pastafarianism has been around.
Okay. Anyway, Pastafarianism, the earliest recorded history of Pastafarianism was in the 16th century, around, what? Oh, anyway, apparently I've already answered this, but it was in the 16th century is when the Pastafarian religion started to spread. It was then a warring religion at the time. Christianity decided that they did not like the Pastafarian belief and branded Pastafarians as heretics, as people that aren't capable of they're sinners. They're not good people. They branded them as scum, as slave traders, and that's why pirates. That's why when you think of a pirate, like a Johnny Depp pirate, you think of someone like that. That's because that's how you've been conditioned. It's because the people that controlled the media, that controlled who wrote down history at the time, that's what they wrote down. But that's not actually how it was. There has been sects of Pastafarianism that have survived throughout.
Okay, well, where do I find these Pastafarianism doctrines and whatnot? Where do I find that to know what's truly what?
We have 2 books that you can attempt to purchase, just like a Bible. They're not all that expensive. You can purchase the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, and you can purchase the loose canon. The loose canon is some of our hymns, some of our our heritage-based things, and the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster is a series of books put together by some of the original Pastafarians. It's basically the Pastafarian Bible, but we don't call it a Bible because it's just our gospel. Bible is something that it gets attributed to Catholicism. We are not Catholic.
Okay, well, I would like to say that the Catholicism and the Christian Bible has some roots in scientific technology and truth. What would you say about Pastafarianism as far as their roots in truth and philosophy?
Our logic's pretty much infallible. we, like I said, I explained this earlier too. I'm pretty sure we believe that if you look at something, like say a building, you know that it had an intelligent designer, an architect. So if we believe that if you look at a person, you know that person has to have an intelligent designer, and we believe that intelligent designer was his newliness, the Flying Spaghetti.
Okay. Well, what differentiates the Flying Spaghetti Monster from Jesus Christ, from God of the Jews, from Buddha, from any other religious icon? What is it that the Flying Spaghetti Monster has that's unique, that's definite, that proves that it is him? Is what I would like to know.
There, isn't all that much. Yes, there's obviously our faith, and then there is, you know, I don't know. It comes down to faith, I guess. I mean, we believe that recently there's been a lax of pirates, and this can be attributed to the rising global temperature. We believe that it's I don't even know where to go with this. Without repeating what I've said earlier.
You're not repeating anything. What is it that makes them so, the Flying Spaghetti Monster, so separate? If I wanted to believe in this Flying Spaghetti Monster, what would I look up? What would I want to believe? What would I want to think differently than these other gods that they create or say are the origin of creation? What would I believe?
You would believe, like I said, the Flying Spaghetti Monster is the creator of all things. There is no other creator but him. He created us to be a prosperous race. Unfortunately, he was not in his full state of mind. That's why we're so imperfect. You believe that it is your job to live the happiest life you can, to bring as much joy and logic you can into the world, to introduce to people ideas they've never had before. Your excuse me, your job is to try and show these other religions what your religion has and what it doesn't have, to do things like this, this ventrilo sort of interview that we're doing.
Yeah, and that, what? If the Flying Spaghetti Monster had more reason to believe in it, that Jesus Christ, than the God of the Catholics, than any sort of the God of the Mormons, anything like that, I would love to believe in it, but I would like a reason. I would like to see. I would like a reason to believe in the Flying Spaghetti Monster, other than these other things that they're out there to believe. So if you can give me those reasons, if you can show me, then I would definitely believe.
Yeah, I can't change your faith if that's what you're asking. I can only point out parts of whatever faith you believe in that would seem, inhumane. Like, for example, when I'm talking to Catholics a lot, or when I'm talking to people that believe in, you know, when I talk to Christians, that's the word I'm looking for. When I talk to Christians a lot, I like to bring up Exodus, the entire book itself. Some of my favorite chapters are the parts that deal with how to pay for if you decide to rape someone, how to treat your slaves, the penalties for killing your slave, the penalties for beating your slave if he dies and if he doesn't. Some of the gory things that just don't seem humane, that don't seem like it would be God.
But is that all you have to reconcile your faith, to present to any other beliefs what you believe? Is that all you have?
Is all I have belief that what I have keeping me to my faith is that I've looked at the other religions and I can tell there's something obviously wrong with them. There is something inhumane about some of them. There is something that requires me to do some things that I just don't feel comfortable.
Okay, how would you respond if I were to say that if I look at this Flying Spaghetti Monster and I were to believe in what he believed and what he wanted for his people, that I felt that something was wrong and something wasn't right in those belief systems, what would you say?
I would say that then the Pastafarianism religion is just not for you.
Okay, well, what difference does it make if the Pastafarianism, the Catholicism religion, you know, the Christian religion, what difference does it make, whatever religion someone believes in? If it's not for me, is it reality? Is it something that has to do with totalitarianism? What does it have to be? Is it just what you believe?
At the end of life, you will see that you were being judged by Pastafarian standards. You will meet his noodliness. You will see the noodly appendages. You will feel them judging you. And you will know that the next time you're reborn, you'll have that inkling of knowledge, potentially, or you might be more subverse to it, but you're going to be judged based on the Pastafarian standards and not the standards at the end of life. And we're just trying to help everyone be judged by those standards and have them understand that they have to have a good life. They have to provide joy. They can't just be. I know that there are some people that believe that they're devout Christians. Like, at one point in time, Hitler was religious. That's a horrible example, but it's true. At one point in time, Hitler was religious, and uh, his religious differences with the Jews are one of the things that did, cause him to start going down the path that he did. And the Pastafarian religion, according to my religion, according to the Pastafarianism, according to the Gospel of Flying Spaghetti Monster, that's not right. You, at the end of life, you're going to be judged by our standards. So we figure we should inform you of what they are, so you know what you're going to be judged.
Agreed. And you know what? Those aren't good ways to live your life. But where do you get your authority? Where do you get your reason for living? Your authority for life? Where is it that you believe that has ultimate everything in life? Where is it that you believe?
Like, again, his noodliness will provide.
Okay, well, prove to me scientifically, other than just the noodliness, where does he come from?
I've already explained that if there was a way that I could figure out where he came from, I believe that there is a place that he came from, but I believe that it is so far beyond what my capability is, capable of. Mentally, I'm not capable as a human being of understanding what is beyond his noodliness.
Okay, well, why do you accept that as something as mortal as you accept his noodliness for whatever it is that he is? Why do you accept that? What reason is that you have that his noodliness is the ultimate authority in this world and everything that there is?
Well, see, his noodliness isn't intrusive. He isn't about, he isn't about to stick his appendages where they don't belong. I mean, he does, do things to change the flow of everything, but he isn't going to, he's not a radical God. He's never, turned on to certain groups of people and, tried to scare them. I mean, he obviously isn't going to help a Jew as much as he is a Pastafarian. He isn't.
Why not? Why doesn't he care about Jews as much as he cares about Pastafarianism?
He doesn't. He cares more about Pastafarians because they're spreading his gospel. It's fairly. It's the exact same reason.
Well, the Jewish God, the Christian God, cares about people who don't care about him. Why does his noodliness not care about people who cares about him?
Because he doesn't force them to care about them. He doesn't believe, if all he tries to do, and I've explained this. All he tries to do is have people to spread his word, to understand what's going to happen to them after they die. That's all I believe he. Hold on, I didn't know if that's siren or not. No. All you can do is say hello. At their end of their life, they're gonna be judged by his noodliness standards. They're gonna feel his appendages. I think that the Pastafarian religion has less, what do you call it, changes of face than any other religion. I feel it has less taint on it than any other religion. In fact, it's the only religion that I know that has been discriminated against all of its,
Okay, and that's fair. For example, I believe in the Christian religion. What are you going to do to convince me to believe in his noodliness, his ultimate Pastafarianism? What are you going to do to convince me to believe in that and to have that as my religion? I would like to know.
All I can do is point out the flaws of your religion, point out that my religion doesn't have them, and give you logical things that will make you feel as though this is the more correct religion. If I can't do that, then it's, I'm not going to be judged against it. All I'm doing is trying to get you to think more. And if you don't think this is the right thing, then I've done my job because you thought about it.
Okay. Well, because I can think doesn't mean that I'm at the extent of what I can believe. So I'm asking you to continually provide to me a reason why I should believe in his new realness besides the God of Catholicism, besides the gods of Christianity, besides the God of Buddhism. What is it that you offer that's so different?
All I can do is say that I, as a Pastafarian, I don't push my beliefs on people. That's it's one of the virtues of being a Pastafarian. I'm not going to push my beliefs on you. I'm only going to explain as casually, as calmly, and as neutrally as I can the Pastafarian beliefs, your beliefs, why I believe mine are different or better than yours, and why I believe mine make more sense than yours, and leave it there. I can't say, oh, if you don't believe in my religion, the Pastafarian God will come and.
No, I would really like to know what the Pastafarian God believes in, what he thinks about me. If it's something that you think so importantly about, I want to know what he thinks about me.
He thinks, well, it's not my place, but I would imagine that he believes that you are, you're blinded by your faith. You're not understanding the Pastafarian beliefs, and he's okay with that. He doesn't care if you're a Pastafarian or not. He wants you.
Why doesn't he?
Because he doesn't judge people based on what they believe in. He judges people based on what their actions are. He's not going to punish you.
Okay, well, can you believe that a Christian or a Catholic can be the same way?
If they stick to their books. I mean, if they want to.
Why do you believe that? Have you read the entire books and you believe the entire thing? Why do you believe that?
Because I've read the entire.
Okay, well, where is there a book of Pastafarianism? I would like this book. I would like it delivered to my house so I can read it.
You're going to have to order it. Pastafarians aren't as.
Are you not as generous enough to let people read what you believe, like the Mormons do, and give them their book? Do I have to pay for it?
Yes, you do. You know why you have to pay for it? Because we don't have the income that the Mormons do. We don't ask anything of our believers other than their belief. If they want, religious doctrine, they're going to have to pay for the pages. I'm sure that there's some place online that you can find the unabridged works of the loose canon of the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, but I don't.
If you give me a solid reason to believe in the Flying Spaghetti Monster, I would gladly buy your book. I would gladly listen to you and believe in your beliefs. I really, really would. But if you would gladly give me a logical perspective, belief about what is your religion, I would gladly follow you guys.
Again, I can't force you to believe it. All I can
do. Well, how do you feel? How do you feel about the fact that you can't force people to believe what you believe in? That you can't. What do you feel about it?
I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. I know that at the end of my life, I'm going to be judged based on how much happiness, how much. I'm to spread the word. I'm going to be judged on how much happiness and how much hatred I've judged, and I've put out through this life is what other people feel about me or because of me. And as long as I've put out more joy than I have, feelings of malice, then I'm going to be in a good position in my life, and it doesn't matter what else I.
Okay, well, what if I wanted to believe in the Flying Spaghetti Monster? I wanted that to be my life belief. What do I do?
You would want to enroll on our website. There we have a website. Where do you live, out of curiosity? What part of the United States? Or do you live in the United States or Europe?
I'm in the United States. Does it matter?
No, see, Pastafarianism is much it's a bigger thing in Europe, but I believe that there are sects of Pastafarianism in the United States.
Why do you believe that it's bigger in Europe than anything else?
Because that's where there's been more Pastafarian preaching.
Okay.
Since their exile in the 1600s or the 16th century, sorry, I mean that they obviously settled in Europe more than they settled out elsewhere. But I'm sure some probably have made it over here over the years, the centuries. But
what is then the main draw to Pastafarianism? What is it going to do for my life? What is it going to make me feel better and do better in my life? And how?
All we can say is give you codes to make make you feel like you're not the only person in the world, that you have a community, you have a family, and we can support you as best we can, as long as you're.
And how is that different than Catholicism? How is that different than Buddhism? Convince me. I mean, if I want to be.
I don't have to convince you if you've ever actually read the Bible. That's all.
You haven't told me what to read as far as Pastafarianism.
Most Pastafarians have never actually picked up the gospel of the flying spaghetti monster.
Well, I'm not the kind of person to believe in nothing for nothing. If I want to believe in something, I want to have a valid reason for believing in something. If you want to convert me to Pastafarianism, if you want to get me away from Catholicism, Christianity, let me know, because if your argument is more convincing, then I will be there. I will believe in what you believe.
If you believe in what I believe just because I believe it and I can talk you into it, then you probably aren't meant for Pastafarianism. You should just stick with it.
Yeah, exactly, as most of the people who believe in what you
see, that's not the point, though. We're not here to, try and convince you of something else.
What is your purpose?
My purpose is to try and help people live a more fulfilling life. My purpose is to try and help people understand how they're going to, and not through the 68
What is the meaning
commandments.
to life of a Pastafarian then, besides spreading good?
That is the, it's kind of, besides what it is what you just. A Pastafarian is here too.
So there is no bigger plan for life than just spreading good?
Well, no, at the end of life you're going to be.
Well, I haven't defined a better purpose. I really haven't.
At the end of life, you're going to be, and you're going to be judged.
By what? And why?
You're going to be judged by the amount of things that you've done in your life. If you brought.
By who? Who is the ultimate judge of all the things I've done in my life? Who is?
The flying spaghetti monster. That's why we believe.
Okay, where do I find this flying spaghetti monster? Where do I find it if I want to talk to him about what I've done in my life? Where do I go to talk to him?
Why don't you just die first? And see if you can't, get a hold.
Okay, I got a question.
No, I'm serious, Seldra. I can't talk to him. In my life, I have to die to talk to him.
Can you talk to God? I mean, you can talk.
Yes, I can. I can talk to the God of the Christians. I can talk to the God of the Catholics. But can I talk to the God of the flying spaghetti monster? Tell me how, because I would love to talk to him. Tell me how.
Go ahead, have a conversation with him. He's gonna respond to you the exact same way as the
really important question.
Seldra, I would love to talk to the God of the flying spaghetti monster. I would love nothing more. How do I talk to him?
Again, if you want him to talk back to you, you're gonna have to die. However, if you just speak, his noodliness is everywhere and everywhere at this.
Have you seen the TV show Lost? You're explaining nothing more than the God of the TV show Lost. If you can't talk to him, what does it matter? Why would I want to believe in him?
Wait, I got a question. If you're saying that the flying spaghetti monster is the ultimate supreme being, and that God is not, like, how is the spaghetti monster come to life? Like, who created him?
I've answered this 3 times now, and like I said, if this flying spaghetti monster was created by something, I, as a human being, don't have the mental capacity. I'm not gifted. I've not gotten any. It's not in my ability to even perceive.
Well, then what makes you think that the flying spaghetti monster created the earth and not God? Your mind wouldn't be able to understand that either.
Well, see, I can understand the way that if God were to create the earth, but see, if God created the earth and, did everything in the Garden of Eden, first off, the earth would have to be older than 6,000 years.
Seldra cannot explain how he can communicate with the flying spaghetti monster other than to die.
How do you communicate with God other than to die, out of curiosity?
You can pray and speak to him?
You can pray and speak to the flying spaghetti.
Seldra, you lied to me. You said that you can only talk to him if you die. So how can you talk to him while you're alive? Tell me. I would like to talk to him.
If you open your mouth right now and just start speaking, the flying spaghetti monster and his noodliness is omnipotent. He's everywhere at once. He's the flying spaghetti monster. He's there.
Tell me how to talk to him, because I would love to talk to him.
I don't know if I can continue this conversation. I can't.
Yeah, because if I cannot communicate with him, you can't accept it. Because it's not in your belief system to accept that someone cannot talk to your God.
No, I don't think that's it. I'm gonna be